Hello, we're back. We're looking at Hendecasyllabic meter. This is lecture 4 of 5. I gave you an assignment last time, so let's see how you did. I asked you to look at the 3 lines that were marked with the asterisks. Let's see what you have. So, yam is going to be long by position. Tum is going to be long by position. Cum will elide with the ow, so you end up with cow, and that's long because it's a diphthong, and that's exactly what it has to be. In the third position, right, on the third syllable, that always has to be long. So yam tum kaus. 2 shorts. Soses. And that's, where am I on this? This is 7? No, 8. U nos italorum. Did I do that right? Yam tum caus us es nos italorum. Yam tum caus us es nos italorum. Auses nos italorum. Let's do that back again. Orum. E is 8, 7 is 8. Okay, good. Yam tum causus es unus italorum. Yam tum causus es unus italorum. That was an easy one because you've got longs in the first there. Okay. Next, om naiwum. Om naium trebus explicare chartis. Om naium trebus explicare chartis. Dis. Om naium trebus explicare chartis. Next. Doctis piteret laboriosis. No elisions there. Doctis piteret laboriosis. Doctis piteret laboriosis. Okay, so the first 3 were that you did were pretty straightforward. They follow the same metrical pattern. 3 longs to start the line, and then you go into the da-di-da-da-da-di-da. One more time. Yam tum causus unus italorum omnium tribus explicare chartis, doctis pederet laboriosis. Something like that. All right, we'll do the others now. 1, 2, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe we'll just do the next 4, and then we'll leave them for the other 3 for the next lecture. All right, let's see what we have. All right, so let's get started. First line. Qui. You see, you don't know whether by looking at the qui whether it is long or short, because it doesn't fit in a spot in the meter where it has to be either long or short. It happens that the dative singular of the interrogative pronoun is short. So instead of having D long to start the line, we have a short. Dono, first person singular, is this O is going to be long, and because that's always is. And the O here happens to be long by nature as well. And these are things you know only by looking them up. I take that back. This you can know. That you don't know. That you don't know, but they had to be the way they are. So short, long. So this line starts off not like da, da, but di-da, di-da. Quiddo no lapidum novum lebellum. And then you just pick up that da, di-da, da, da, right? You pick up that old familiar pattern. Quiddo no lapidum novum lepellum. Next line. The A is long by nature. The I is short by nature. And these are things you just have to know by looking these words up, unless you have like a closed syllable. Like if you look at line 3, you have O. Now you don't know whether that's long by nature. You don't have to, because it's going to scan long because it's followed by 2 consonants. So in line 2, we have arido. Not arido, not arido, but arido. So this will go arido modo pum expolitum. And again with this elision here. Expolitum. Arido modo pum expolitum. This E, next line, this E is long by nature. You don't know that unless you look it up. It just happens to be long by nature. This will scan long by position. So here in line 3, we have the good old friend, di da di, da 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 da. Corneli tibi, namque tu solebas. And now you try the next line. Put me on pause and try to do the 4th line. Okay. The E is short by nature. It is extremely rare that Latin will have 2 long vowels together. The A is long by nature because it's an accusative plural feminine of this first declension, which you know from your elementary grammar. Or if you don't, it's going to come back to you by doing scanning. So here we have, as we did in the first line, dadi, meas, meas, es, elision, aliquid. Now the I here is going to scan long. You don't know whether the I is long by nature or short by nature, but you don't need to know because it's followed by 2 consonants, and so it's going to scan long. Aliquid. Putare nugas. Meas es aliquid putare nugas. Meas es aliquid putare nugas. So take it from the beginning and including all of the jumping over. I think I talked about this before. When you get to the end of the line, it's not necessary for you to stop. Sometimes you don't want to. You want to just plow into the next line if the grammar leads you that way. Now, if you have a period or a comma or semicolon, then you want to give it a little bit of a pause. But if the grammar pushes you along, go ahead and run right through it and start the next line before you break here. That little thing is called an enjambment from the French verb enjamber, and it means to jump over. So you jump over to the next line. So I'll do that here. Quido no lepidum novum libellum arido modo pume expolitum. Corneli tibi namque tu solebas meas es aliquid putare nugas. You see, one thing neat about the enjambment is in this line here, you can hear that the bas and the as they form a kind of an internal rhyme scheme. You know, and Latin poetry does that. I mean, they don't have rhyme scheme at the end of the lines. That would be a child's play to make the end of lines rhyme. But they have internal little fleeting patterns going on. So, Corneli tebinamque tu solebas meas es aliquid putare nugas. Okay, so let's pull out these lines one at a time so you can practice with them, and I'll do that next, and then we'll wrap this presentation up. All right, this line isolated now. Quidon no lapidum novum labellum. Again. Quidon no lapidum novum labellum. Okay, and this time without so much stress. You know, stress does not exist. Ideally, we're getting away from that. So, quido no lapidum novum labellum. Quido no lapidum novum labellum. Okay, next one. Arido modo pumec expolitum. Arido modo pumec expolitum. Arido modo pumec expolitum. Corneli tibinam tu solebas. Corneli tibinam tu solebas. Meas cessare qui putare nugas. Meas cessare quid putare nugas. Meas essere quid putare nugas. Okay, so the next time prepare these final 3 lines, and then we'll have this entire poem set and ready to go.